my beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. This is the how-to ministry on love, life, and purity. And today we're going to be talking about the untold truth about being young and married. So if you want to know what these untold truths are, then you'll know what to do. Hang out with your girl. So welcome back, and if you are new here, make sure you subscribe down below and hit that bell. This way you know whenever new videos come out every single week. And also make sure to follow me in all my social media, so this way you can be part of a community that is set to fight for this thing called purity. Also, I want you to know that I did create resources for you guys to print up. The first one is going to be a printable that you can put up on your wall or wherever you can see it, that basically ties in marriage and friends with benefits. The second one are going to be 10 scriptures for young married people to pray over each other, to meditate on, to talk to God about. And that also you can cut up, you can laminate it, you can use it as a bookmark, put it wherever you want to see it, on your bathroom wall, over your nightstand, or wherever you feel led to put it. So that is going to be linked down below in the post that you're going to find below, which links back to my website, www.teensexualpurity.com. So there you can also find more resources to help you or whoever on this journey of sexual purity, because it does not stop once you get married. It continues on for the rest of your life. Now, the inspiration for this video came out of a few things. So the first one was the Channing and Jenna divorce. The second one was the Jaclyn Hill divorce with her husband John. And the third one was Liza Koshy and her breakup with her boyfriend. Now, I know that many of these, if not all, are not followers of Christ. However, there are some things that we can pull from their situations that we can look at through a Christian perspective. So that's what we're going to do. And what we're going to do is look at one of the most, used scripture when it comes to wedding. In 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7, it states, "Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It is not rude, it is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres." All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to zero in on that scripture where it says, love is patient and kind. And the first thing we want to pull from that is you want to allow each other the space to grow. In Proverbs 27:17, it states, "As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another." Now, how does Proverbs 27:17 connect with love is patient? When I looked up a video on how iron actually sharpens iron, I noticed a lot of things. First, it was hot. There was fire. I mean, this thing was glowing. That's how much heat there was. But within that heat, there was flexibility. The iron was able to be molded, and it actually took time. There was a lot of scraping, there was a lot of banging, there was a lot of forming. So when we think about marriage, especially when it's very young, sometimes we just look at Instagram and all these people's relationships and we think, oh, they're so great, they're so, like exactly what I want, they're Instagram worthy. However, when it comes to marriage, there's this space that you have to allow each other to grow, because there's two people who are coming together who have to learn how to be together. The truth you want to walk away from here is that it doesn't matter what age you are. When you're married, we are going to grow. So whether you're young and married or you're old and married, everyone has to grow. The second thing I want us to look at is that you have to work consistently at it. Like with anything that is worth something, a career, a job, being an entrepreneur, all these things that we put work and blood and sweat and tears in, we have to understand that it takes work to cultivate something that's worth something. And a lot of times we just push marriage to the side, or we're just like, oh, you know what, it's not working out, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump to the next thing. And with marriage, we're not called to do that. In Galatians 6:9, it states, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." There are different seasons in marriage. And like when there's a farm and there's fruits being planted and things like that, or if you've ever seen a garden, if you've ever been part of planting anything, it takes time. But the best part of it is when the fruit comes up after you've been cultivating and weeding and taking care of and focusing in on. You get to enter into this season of laughter and enjoyment. In Ecclesiastes 3:4, part of it says there's a time to mourn and a time to dance. And a lot of times, so many people focus in the mourning part of marriage and don't realize that there's actually a celebratory part of marriage, and there's that time to dance. So the truth we want to take away from that is that it takes work, but that's okay. That's okay, because you will reap, like it says in Galatians 6:9, you will reap the fruit, which I'm going to lead into number 3, which is you can be friends. There's this lie that comes with marriage that you can't be friends, or if you are friends, then something's wrong, right? Something's lacking romantically. Not understanding that, hello, you've entered the fruit season of your marriage after cultivating and working. You know how many counseling and therapy sessions people go through just to have good communication with their husband or their wife, and then they get to a point of friendship and they think something's wrong. No, this is what you worked up to. And here's the other thing. Marriage is the real definition of friends with benefits. This is the real definition of it. This is where the marriage swag comes in, because not only are you best friends with your partner, but you guys get to enjoy each other in a sexual way as well. So people often stop at this point. And what I read with Channing and Jenna, and also with Jacqueline and John, and this is just coming from a point of what they're telling me, not knowing a lot of their backstory. Obviously, there's always going to be stuff that we don't personally know. But one of their things is that, well, we became friends. I know with Channing and Jenna, we became friends. There was nothing scandalous that they said happened. And even Jacqueline and John was like, oh, we're just better friends. Like, guys, you're friends. That's amazing. People really fight to get to this point. So it should just be a place of reaping in the fruit of the work that you've done. In Proverbs 18:24, it states, "A man of many companions may come to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother." Now, when I studied this scripture and really looked deep into it, and I saw the Strong's definition of what friend is, part of it included lover and husband. So for me, I'm like, there it is. In scripture, it says friend, husband, lover. Now, if we look at the scripture in the context of what we're talking about, right? If we think about the world's definition, which is many companions, right? Many people have many lovers. Don't settle down until you date a whole bunch of people. Versus looking at this scripture in the context of, if this is my friend, my husband, my lover, all these other people are going to bring me ruin. Versus a friend, a lover, a husband who's going to stick closer because they know you, they're intimate with you. We have to come to the understanding that the world has twisted the definition of marriage, of sex, of friendship. So when we think of marriage, oh, it has to be hot and steamy all the time. And, anything else means that you're drifting away from each other. You guys can't really be friends because then you're lacking something. It's boring, whatever the case may be. Or sex has to include this, and that. Or, it's only hot and steamy, but once you get married, then there's no more sex. And that's a lie. And the other thing is friendship. Like, husband and wife can't be friends. They have to be enemies. They have to be, at each other. And we hear all these memes and stories and jokes that constantly pull away at what marriage actually is. And these are all lies. We have to come to the understanding of what truth is, especially when you're young and married and you're started, or you just got married. So the truth we want to walk away from here is that it's more than okay to be friends in marriage. In fact, when you become friends, you are reaping a harvest of a lot of cultivating. So this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe below. Make sure you share this with somebody because you never know who it can help. Also, make sure to follow me on all my social media because I really do try to put out as much resources, inspiration, encouragement. Let's be a community. Let's be a family who are really fighting for the things of God, especially in this area of purity, because throughout thousands of years, it's been so attacked. Love you all so much. Bye. So welcome to my channel and welcome, wait, what? Everyone has to grow. Everyone's going to have to grow. Now, what does this do with being patient?